kind of woman who doesn't have any, who's asymptomatic, doesn't have anything, but wants to make sure that she never has to worry about it? What can she start doing?
Well, that's who this book is for primarily. Not that there aren't people that can be helped who've already had a diagnosis or they've already dealt with cancer and they just don't want it to come back again. They will very, very quickly see as they read through the book, when they come to the chapter called The Clean Machine, which describes how the body becomes overburdened with waste, and then what I consider to be the most informative chapter in the book, and it's called Your Very Best Friend. That's the name of the chapter, and it's on the lymph system. They read that. Then they know exactly where lumps come from. They know why the lumps are there. They find out that more often than not, lumps come and go in their breast that they're never even aware of. It's just part of the workings of the body as the lymph nodes fill up and then empty out. Unfortunately, they've been educated to find a lump like this and run off to the doctor under the knife, which is absurd. After they understand the lymph system, which, by the way, is an extremely easy chapter to read. They do not need a dictionary to read my book.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not hard science.
Yeah,
you don't feel like you're
it's absolutely
in a
not.
biology class.
I write to the layperson. I'm not interested in reforming the doctors right now. I want to help women who are suffering. So this is an extremely easy read. Then they will come to the principles in the back. And just like in Fit for Life, I had 3 principles. In the breast cancer book, I have 3 principles. And one of the most significant ones is the first one, and it's called periodic monodieting.
Okay, now what is monodieting? It's a bit of a... It sounds like you're going to eat like broccoli for the rest of the week, but it's
no. And I must say that this is not a diet. Whenever you talk about food, people automatically think, okay, it's a diet. It's restriction. It's not. This is not a diet. I like to use the analogy of a car, right? You change the oil in your car 3 or 4 times a year, right? That's what we have to do for our lymph system. We have to clean it out 3 or 4 times a year. There is a way to periodically eat in such a way, and when I say periodically, I mean 3 or 4 times a year for short periods of time. They can vary from 1 day to 3 days to a week to 10 days. That you eat exclusively those foods that, number 1, bring energy into the body, but number 2, more importantly, does not require any digestive energy to break it down. See, all foods require some, but there are some foods that require precious little. So if you will eat those foods exclusively for several days in a row, your body, accustomed to breaking down meals on a regular basis and using its energy on a regular basis, all of a sudden, it's eating these foods that don't require all that energy. So all this other newfound energy is freed up. The body's infinite intelligence, the same one that knows how to seal up a wound if you get cut, automatically takes this newfound energy and diverts it to the ever-important lymph system to clean it out. This way, by doing this for 3 or 4 times a year, the lymph nodes never swell up because the lymph system is not overburdened. Because the lymph nodes don't swell up and force that toxic residue to stay in the body, they don't drive cells crazy. You can't have cancer. Can't have it. We live in a universe of cause and effect. If you don't cause the problem, it won't occur. And it's so darn simple. That's why, again, I have to say, it breaks my heart that all women in the world don't know this yet, which I'm going to change. They're going to know when I get through.
Let's talk a little bit more about monodieting, because it does sound a little scary. But it's not anything really... It's so annoyingly simple. You almost read the book and go, well, duh. It's drinking fruit juices.
Here it is. I'll explain it to you very simply. The foods that demand the most amount of energy to break it down are those foods that have been most altered from their natural state. So you're eating animal products, which all have to be cooked. We eat breads and starches and rice and pasta and all these things. They all have to be cooked. Takes a lot of effort and energy. But those foods that come up out of the ground and haven't been altered, which are all fruits, and then the fruit juices, all vegetables, vegetable juices, salads, all foods like that. So you can eat for these few short days I'm talking about, but you're eating foods that don't require any digestive energy, and you immediately know what's happening. Within 3 days, because it takes generally 72 hours to get out of your body food residues that you've eaten from previous meals. But after 3 days, you immediately start to feel lighter, more energetic. You have verification. You don't have to say, gee, I wonder if this is working. You feel so good, you know that it's working. That's how simple it is. You just concentrate on those foods. And there's a little bit of alteration there with it, and I tell people what they can eat if that's not quite enough food for them and they're a little too hungry and they're not making it with that. I'll tell them what they can do next step to still allow that lymph system to clean out. But once you catch up, And once you get that lymph system cleaned out, and then every several months, just like when you change the oil in your car, you clean out your lymph system, you always feel good. It's just astonishing how good you can feel. And you live with this absolute knowledge. You will never, ever have to deal with cancer. It's a good feeling.
The book is You Can Prevent Breast Cancer. I've been speaking with the author. You probably recognize his name from the bestseller Fit for Life, Harvey Diamond. And there's a 1-800 number if you want to order the book. Check your bookstore first, of course. Here's the number, 1-800-863-9764. The book, You Can Prevent Breast Cancer, by Harvey Diamond.